Harcourts, Rata and Co. Auctioneer number 90, Hawkstowe Parade in South Morang. My name is Robert Ozzimo. I proudly represent the company of Harcourts, Rata and Co. And I'm joined here today by some of the best team in the north. The team in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach either Leon, Julian, Andrew, Annie, Jim, and of course Mr. Con. We have also here Ivan and of course Mr. Tsalkos, who no doubt you've met throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you now the following announcements which in place have you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 30 to 60 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. So an opportunity to move in and get the keys just before Christmas. What a great Christmas present that would make for you and your family, and what a great offering we have here today. What a great opportunity for you and your family to buy this beautiful family home in this outstanding family location. We only need to look down the street to see how special an estate Hawkstowe is. Parkland, a plethora of parkland in the surrounding streets. Easy access to transport, not far away at all from Hawkstowe Station, providing simple access into the city. Plenty of options when it comes to schools, good quality schools, both primary and secondary, close at hand. It really is the ideal family location, and number 90 Hawkstowe is the ideal family home. A sprawling floor plan comprising a 4-bedroom serviced by those 2 bathrooms. Nice open plan, leaving plenty of space for the family today, plenty of space for the family to grow into. If you would like to secure your family's future right here, right now, this is your opportunity to do just that. Buyers, where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 90 Hawkstowe? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like. Who'd like to start us off, buyers? Always takes a brave soul to raise their hand first at an auction. I understand that. You've got an opportunity to get the jump on the competition. You've got an opportunity to show the competition that the keys are yours. I don't mind the call. I'm in your hands. I've had my say. Time for you to have yours. Our vendors' instructions are clear here today. They have the same goal of getting the sold sticker up on the board at 800,000 now, and a fair start at 8. At 800 the bid. At 800,000 fairly been offered here in the middle at 8 now. There's the bid. There's the competition, the opportunity with you all at $800,000 now. At $800,000, I'll ask for 25 in the rise and make it 8 1/4. At $800,000 fairly been offered. At 800,000 now once. At 800,000, are we done? At 800,000 for the second call. Are we done? Finished at 25, sir. At 825 now. Welcome and best of luck at 825,000. Welcome to you also, ma'am and sir. At 825,050 if you like now. At 825 and the bids here, my left, your right, against you at 25. At 825,000.
830.
I'm not taking 5, sir. We'll take 10 though if it helps you get back involved. Can I say 35? At 825 the bid's there. At 825,000, fairly at 35 now, and welcome back at 35. And same courtesy, sir, to you at 10 if you like. At 35.50 is better though. At 835,000, fairly been offered now at 835 the bid. At 835,000, can entice you in for 50, sir. At 835, fairly been offered over here once. At 835,000, done. Second call, 835,000, done, finished, third.
850.
850 and welcome back at 850, coming back with stole at 850,000. At 850,000, 15, sir. At 850,000, bids there at 850. At 850 the bid at 850,000, fairly been offered now. Your 10 still good with me, but perhaps fire with fight 60 now, and I'll take a 60. At 860,000. At 860,000, again the same courtesy, sir, at 10 if you like. At 60 you have, and can I say 70 now? At 860,000. At 70 now, and I would think so at $870,000 the bid. At 870 and the bid's here. At 870,000, fairly been offered 80 the call. 870 now, once at 870,000, done. at 80 now, and welcome back at 80. So how about round me off to 9 at 880,000, bid here now at 880 the bid, at 880,000, at 900, a great bid at that. Now don't let it scare you off, it's just a round number. At 900,000, it's a big bid, but you can make one too. At 900,000 now, fairly been offered at 9. At 900 the bid. At 900,000, even money now at 9. At 900,000, bid there, opportunity with you now. At 900,000, are you absolutely sure? At 900,000, once. At 900,000, all done. Second call, at $900,000 the bid. Done. Finished at 905, and why not at 905? Small bid deserves a big bid in response, sir. At 905,000, bid there. At 905, can I say, give me a knockout bid, make it 20. At 905,000, fairly been offered now. At 905, the bid. At 920, and another great bid at that at 920,000. As I said, it's just a big bid. I'm sure you can make one too at 920,000. Bid there now at 920. At 920 the bid. At 920,000. Once at 920 done. Twice at 920,000 done and finished. Third. Final call at 920 the bid. Are we done? Finished. Silent out at 920. I'll confirm that bid with you. At 925, welcome at 925. Now, so we have fresh bidding across the road at 925,000. Time for a statement bid at 925,000 at 925 the bid. At 925,000, fairly been offered now at 925. At 925,000, bids there across the road at 25. At 925,000, once at 925. At 925,000, twice at 925. Third.
930.
At 30 now, 930,000. Con, can you just confirm instructions for me, please? At 930,000, bid here now, 930. Con's going inside to seek instructions. If he comes back out and says that we're selling, you want it to be on your bid, because it means that the keys would be here as it stands. At 930,000, bids here. It's a late run. You want to make it count? We are selling at 930,000. You heard it from the man himself. We're on the market. We sell. 930 bids there. Keys are there. We sell. It's a late run. You want to make it count. 930,000 bids there. She said 5, sir. At 931. No worries. We'll go backwards at 931. At 931 now. At 931,000. Sir, give me 40 in the rise. At 931,000. Bid there. 31. At 931 the bid. At 931,000. Fairly been offered now. 36. At 936 now. At 936. At 936,000. Fairly been offered now. At 936. Your strategy didn't work, sir. Try the higher bid. At 936 the bid's there. Can you take me to 40? At 936 now. At 936,000, fairly been offered now. 936 bids there across the road. Sold the keys at 36. At $936,000 the bid. At 937, I'll just stay here with you for a moment as the car passes at 37. At 937,000. Welcome back at 37. Keys with you at 937. At 937,000. At 937,000. 40 shortly, sir. At 937. Don't let me limit you. If you've got 50 in you, give it to me now. At 937 and the bid's there. At 937 the bid. What do you say? Against you. Once. At 937.
942.
At 942. At 942,000. Try fighting fire with fire, sir. Give me a big bid at 942. The bid's there. Can I say 47 in the rise, or 50 is better? At 942 now. At 942,000. At 942,000. Fairly been offered. Bid there. Keys are there. We're on the market. We sell. If you've come to buy, you must bid me now, or forever hold your peace, because I'm not going inside. I'm out here till we sell. The keys are here. At 43, they're here now. At 943. At 943,000. At 943,000. Keys back there, sir. But the opportunity is still with you. It's not over yet. At 943 the bid. At 943,000. Fairly been offered at 43. How about 50 in the rise? At $943,000 the bid. Once at 943, all done. Second call at 943. Done. Finished. Third.
945.
At 945, at 945,000, at 945. As the competition starts to bid lower, you should start to bid higher. That's the best strategy to employ here, sir. 45 and the bid's there. At 945, at 945,000, fairly been offered at 46 now. At 946, at $946,000 the bid. At 946, inching ever closer to 50 might be their mental barrier, sir. At 946,000, at 946, fairly been offered now. 946,000 bids there, keys are there. If you tell me you're out, I'll sell over there. At 946, at 7 now, 947,000. At 947,000, fairly been offered now. At 947, at 947,000, keys across the road at 47. At 947, the bid once. At 947, done.
500.
At 947 and a half. At 947,500. Make it 50 now, sir. 947 and a half now. At 947 and a half, bids there, keys are there. Opportunity still with you, been so strong from the very start. At 947 and a half, you've got to finish strong if you want to buy though. At 947 and a half, fairly been offered once. At 47 and a half, done.
950.
At 50 now, and we got there in the end. At 950,000, time for a quick response at 50. At 950,000, fairly been offered here. At 950 the bid. At 950,000, 9.5 now. 950 the bid, fairly been offered at 50. At 950,000, first call at 950, done. Second call, 950,000, done and finished. And a half at 950 and a half. At 950,500 now. At 950 and a half. At 950,500, bids back there, back across the road. Got them down to $1,500 bids. At 950,500. Do we let them have it for half? First call at 950 and a half. Done. Second call, 950,500, done and finished. Third, final call, 950,500, done, finished. Silent and out at 950 and a half. What do you say, sir, if you tell me you're out, I'll sell? Just one moment, I'll give you a moment to make the right decision for you and your family here today. 950,000, bids there, keys are there. Be decisive though if you want to buy it. 950,500, we're definitely done over here. Thank you very much for your bidding here today. At 950,500, fairly been offered, sir. Waiting on your instructions now. At 950 and a half, first call. Second call.
Another $100.
I'm not taking 100, so I'll take 500. Can I say 951?
500, yeah.
At 500, 951 now. At 951. At 951,000. At 951, bid back there. He's done it with half. Are you absolutely sure? At 951,000. First call at 951. All done. Second call, 951,000. Done. Finished. For the third and final call at 951 the bid. Done, finished at 500, 951 and a half. At 951,500 now, 951 and a half. Bid back there at 951 and a half. Back again, Stuart, 51 and a half and 52. Was that 52? At 951 and a half now, fairly been offered. At 951,500, bid there, keys are there. Are we done now, sir? At 951 and a half, well, give me one of those big bids you were giving me earlier. It might just make the difference right here, right now. At 951,500, once. At 951 and a half, twice. 951,500. Third, final call at 951 and a half. Done, finished. Silent out at 951 and a half. We're absolutely done, sir.
Just,
Would you like me to speak to him?
no, that's right.
No? At 951 and a half.
51 and a half, or
In or out?
in or out that.
I'll take half, but I dare say big bid might just get it for you now. 951,000 bids there, keys there. We're definitely done. Yep. Thank them very much for the bidding here today. At 951,500, bids here, keys are here, once, twice, third, final call at 951,500. We're all done, all finished, all silent and out. We are selling, selling, selling. Sold! Congratulations and well bid. Please join me congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata and Co auction. Have a great weekend. See you again soon. Thank you.
I'll go grab that document.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Congratulations.